Good morning, Wednesday morning. Sun's starting to rise, looks a little cloudy. I think it's supposed to get warmer today though, but don't go to the bank with that because I didn't check this morning to see what today's weather was going to be, and it seems to change all the time. Let's start in child's pose. So we'll have lots of versions of pigeon pose today, woven throughout our asana. But to start out with, let's just come to child's pose. And breathe up and down the spine. And listen to the breath. Let's take 5 more breaths in this shape. No rush, just breathe. Three more for me. Last one. And find your way to table. Hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's circle first. Slow movement. Just kind of checking out the joints of the hips. And wrists and elbows and shoulders and knees. But mostly the hips. Now go the other way. I'm going to find table and let's move through some cat-cow. So inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Nice slow movement up and down the vertebral column, waking up each little space. Let's do 2 more each way. Our wake up and greet the day movements. 1 more each way. Come back to neutral. Reach back with the right foot, come onto the ball of the foot and stretch through the calf muscles. Now bend your knee just a touch and shift that stretch to the middle of the calf. Push through the heel again and feel the stretch on the inside of the calf and the outside of the calf. Hover. Left knee, left shin, left foot. Feel the core. Breathe. Now breathe into the ribs. Let's do some figure eights with this lifted knee or infinity signs. And then reverse. And bring that knee down. Switch sides. Left foot back. Press through the heel. Feel the stretch. Gastrocnemius has 2 heads, so there's an inner part of that muscle, outer. You should be able to feel both here. And then as you bend the knee, you'll feel a deeper muscle called the soleus that goes more up the middle. And you'll feel kind of in the area of the Achilles tendon above the heel. Then press through the heel again. Hover. Right knee, right shin, right foot. Feel the core. Breathe into the ribs. Figure 8 the knee. And reverse. And then take plank. And drop your knees and come back to child's again. Keep the arms nice and long and extended, child's pose. Breathe up and down the spine. And then shift forward again. Arms are really long. We're going to come into a kneeling plank. And then back to child's. Inhale, come forward to kneeling plank. Let's add a push-up. So down on the exhale, up on the inhale. Let's do 5 more. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. 4 more. Keep the arms long by sticking the hands to the mat. Getting a nice stretch as you bring your hips back into child's pose. Nice and controlled. 1 more for me. And this time when you come back to child's pose, separate your knees just a wee bit and thread the hands between the knees like this and come down. Forehead to the mat. You can wiggle your fingers, massage with the palms of your hands. Reach back for your feet. Breathe. Now reach forward, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And let's stretch here like always, find some space. Find that waking up energy. Little nudge to all of the joint spaces, all of the muscles. And then come to stillness. Bend your knees as much as feels right. Kind of ease into this stretch. Push the hands away. Ears right between the upper arms. Bend your knees a lot and then lift your sit bones straight up. Reach your heels down. Breathe. Now swing your right leg back and up. Bend the knee and stack the hip. Let's start to open up those hips. Keep the shoulders square. Look underneath your left arm. Maybe you can see your right toes. Breathe. And then keep the knee bent. Come back to down dog. And you'll kind of be between down dog and plank. And let's do some more figure eights with the knee. And reverse the direction. And then lift back up and shoot that leg up high. Now step the right foot forward between the hands. Close to the right hand. Drop the left knee. Take the hands to the right knee. Push yourself up. Kneeling lunge. Hands to hips. Draw the right hip back. Left hip forward. And then we're going to sink forward and down in this, but keep the hips engaged. And bring the arms overhead. Look up at the thumbs. Keep the hips engaged, just like you're drawing the blades of a pair of scissors towards each other. And smooth this back bend up and down the thighs, up and down the spine. And then exhale, come forward, and we'll come into a runner's lunge here. So you can reach out there and bring your foot to the heel if you need to. Nice slow wake up of the hamstrings. Let's just go forward and back. Use sensation to guide your movement. Let's do 1 more each way. Tuck the toes of the left foot, swing back into a 3-legged dog, right leg back and up. And then float that foot down. Let's shift forward to plank. Come to the belly. Let's do 5 rolling baby cobra. So low ribs stay on the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Tuck the chin when you come down. 4 more. Last two. Last one. See if you can press into plank. And then down dog. Left leg back and up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Look under the right arm for the left toe. Square the shoulders. And explore this hip opener. And then squaring the hips so you'll be halfway between down dog and plank. Do some figure eights. And see how big you can make that. Go the other direction. And then back up to three-legged dogs. Kick that leg back up there and then bring the foot forward between the hands. Drop the back knee. Hands to the left knee, rise up. Left hip draws back. Right hip forward. Keep that engagement and sink down into this, getting a nice stretch in the front of the right leg and in the glutes of the left. Swing your arms up. Let's come into goddess this time. Bring the arms back, let the elbows drop back. Feel the shoulder blades close to the spine. And then exhale, frame the foot. And we'll come into a runner's lunge. So onto the heel, help it out if you need to. Shift back and feel into this. Wake that hamstring, those hamstring muscles up slowly. Nothing forced. Back and forth. Let's do two more each way. Hands to the mat, tuck the toes of the right foot. Three-legged dog. Left foot back and up. Come to down dog. Look between the hands. Let's take two great big steps to the top of the mat. When you arrive, feet under hips, let's take the hands and tuck them under the feet. So I'm sliding my fingers under the feet. The back of my hands are on the mat, and my toes can massage the palms. Knees are bent a lot. Let your head hang. Now release the hands and roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, let's just come right into a forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, step back with the right foot. This time we'll keep the knee lifted. Make sure the feet are on railroad tracks. Rise up. Hands to hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Bend the right knee a bit. Tuck the pelvis and then reach through the heel. Hands to heart. Now we're in a lunge, so this is a bit more of a balance challenge, but see if you can just straighten the front leg and then bend in to the front knee. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. One more, straighten, bend, fold forward, frame the hands, come to plank. Find your way to your belly. Let's do 3 Cobra. So coming up a little higher, inhale up. And exhale down. Tuck the chin as you come down. 2 more, inhale up. And exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Tuck the toes, press up into plank. And down dog. Now we'll take 2 giant steps to the top, but start with the opposite foot. As you arrive, take the hands now to the tops of the feet and just hang with the warmth of the palms on the tops of the feet. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, hands down the center, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step back with the left foot. Railroad tracks, getting ready to rise up in your lunge. Hands to hips. Right hip back, left hip forward. Bend the left knee a bit. Scoop the sit bones under you, and then maybe straighten, or at least reach through the left heel. Hands to heart. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, bend. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, bend. 3 more. And this time, fold forward, frame the foot, step back into plank, and find your way to your belly. Find crocodile. Rest your forehead on your hands. Separate the legs, left and right edges, and let's windshield wiper a little bit with the shins. And then float the shins down so they land softly on the mat. 5 breaths here. Letting the exhale wash away any tension, any gripping. 3 more. Come to plank and down dog. And from down dog, swing your right leg back and up, but kick it up, so like a donkey kick. And we're gonna lift 3 times, 2, 3, and then swing it forward and bring the left foot up to meet it. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull your feet away from each other, swing your arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Now shift your weight to your left leg. Lift your right knee. We're going to come into a number 4 here. So ankle past the thigh. Knee is pressing downward. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you start to fold forward. And then rise back up, but cradle your shin. So we're going to come up into a standing pigeon. Keep your foot flexed. And then back to staff. Point the toe. Bring the foot down. Inhale, up. Hands down the center. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. As you exhale, step back into down dog. Swing your left leg back and up, a little donkey kick, so we're gonna lift 3 times. 2, 3. Now bring the foot forward. Bring the right foot to meet it. Lift halfway on your inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Ground down through the feet. Inhale, swing the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift the weight to the right. Lifting the left knee, finding staff, and then spinning that leg open, standing number 4. Hands to heart. Maybe folding here into temple dancer. Take your time. Focus on your breath. And then reach down and cradle the ankle, the knee, supporting the shin, keeping the left foot flexed to protect the knee. So standing pigeon. Back to staff. Point the toe, foot back down. Inhale up. And exhale, hands home to heart. Come up on your tiptoes now. As you inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, see if you can stay on the tiptoes and come down into a squat. And just pause here and balance, breathing up and down the spine. And then maybe open the knees. You may have to adjust the feet a little bit here. And I always have to wiggle around a bit. I think probably more for my ankles than my hips. Working into a place where feet can be on the mat. And if that's not possible, you can bring a blanket underneath your feet. Now bring your hands together and let the upper arms press into the inner thighs and resist with the thighs. And feel how that lengthens the spine, bringing everything towards the midline, lengthening through the tailbone and at the same time through the crown of the head. Now take the hands behind you and come to a seated position, but leave your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. And we're going to lean back, fingertips point towards your heels, elbows are bent and point back. Line up the spine, then draw those elbows towards each other and windshield wiper your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, left, gaze right. Keep going. One more each side, and we'll meet with the knees to the right. And then coming up on the right sit bone. It always feels good for me to kind of lift and adjust. And the legs are bent in a 90-degree angle, roughly. I'm going to fold forward over my inner right thigh. Use my hands to control this. A block under the forehead can be nice. I'm going to rest my forehead on my thumbs. So this is a modified pigeon. Now rise up if you'd like to join me in deer. Bend the knees, bring the heels close. Sit up on the right sit bone and then turn the torso so the hands land above the right thigh. So you're twisted here, and then you'll come into a forward fold. Again, you can rest your head on a block, on your thumbs, on the floor. And breathe into the twist. And then rise up. You can take the same fold over the inner thigh, coming forward, and stay here, or start working this left leg. You can straighten it even like this, just bringing it out like this. Or maybe you start to work it a little more behind you. And right now I'm shifted onto my right hip. You can stay there, or you can come more so the pelvis is square to the floor. Top of the left foot's on the mat. And this is a more traditional pigeon. And then unwind, and we're going to take the knees to the left. Same thing. Come up on the left sit bone. Now folding forward here. Any amount, take your time. And then find a place for your forehead. And breathe. Send the breath into the sensations that you're feeling in this stretch. And then rise up, bend the knees. Sit tall again on the left sit bone. So sit up nice and tall, then I'm going to twist my torso. So I'm looking over to the left, to the back of my mat. Then I'm going to fold forward here. Three more breaths in this shape. And then coming back up, you can keep your legs just like this and fold forward. Maybe that's where you stay, or maybe you start playing with straightening the right leg and then working it behind you. And maybe this side is different. Maybe you need to stay shifted over onto the left hip. Breathe. And then unwind. And let's come on to hands and knees once again. Tuck the toes, down dog. And this time both legs. We're going to do 3 donkey kicks with both legs. So bend the knees and lift. And lift. And lift. 2 big steps forward. Arrive on an inhale. Maybe fingertips can stay out here in front of you as you lift halfway. And then fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Now step back with the right foot, but with a warrior 1 foot. So we're going to draw that heel inward and the toes point outward. Bend into the left knee. Swing your arms above you. Bring the hands behind you, lace your fingers. Bend your elbows again, draw those elbows back, and then push your knuckles down. Lift the fists away from your hips and then fold forward here, humble warrior. Breathe. 2 more breaths here. Now spin onto the ball of the right foot as you lift the torso. Then we're going to bend the knee, coming down to a kneeling lunge. Open your arms wide now. As you exhale, bring right arm over left, come into eagle arms. Reach up with the fingertips, forward with the forearms. 3 times we're going to lift the right knee, kind of halfway before you get clear up to your lunge. So inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Move through lunge and then step forward, eagle legs. Crossing right leg over left. Breathe. Take a little crunch here. And then release your fingertips down to the mat. Walk your fingertips to the right and send your hips back and to the left. Unwind the feet. Lift halfway on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And hands to heart. Step back with your left foot. Warrior 1 feet. Settle in with the hips. Swing your arms up. And then behind you, lace the fingers, elbows back, draw the shoulder blades back, push the knuckles down, lift them and fold. Humble warrior. Three more breaths here. As you're rising up with the torso, spin to the ball of the foot with the left. And then drop to the knee. Kneeling lunge. Unwind the arms. Left arm over right, eagle. Up with the fingertips. Forward with the forearms. Feel that nice stretch between the shoulder blades. 3 times we're going to lift the left knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift up and shoot that left foot forward. Coming into eagle, left leg over right. Keep reaching up with the fingertips, forward with the forearms. And then take a little curl here. And unwind the arms. Release the fingertips down to the floor. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you walk the fingertips over to the left and send your hips to the right. Unwind. Step back. Find crocodile. Or child's, whichever feels better. If you're in crocodile with me, windshield wiper or circle the knees and the shins. Finding a way to release the back. And just breathe now. Now reach long, come into Superman. Keep your chin tucked and your forehead down. As you inhale, just lift the legs. Exhale down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, just lift the legs. We're going to lead with the heels pointing upward. Feel the contraction in the glutes and even in the low back. Last one. And down. And this time the legs stay put and the arms and the chest and the head rise up. Total of 3. Exhale down. Inhale up. And down. And up. And down. Pause here for a breath, and then we'll take both ends of the body at the same time, a full locust. Here we go. Up. And down. 2 more. And then back down, find crocodile. Bend the knees, release the back. Bring the hips along. And then float the shins down. And let your shoulders go. So exhale to release the shoulders, let them go. Now come to Superman again, but this time I want you to roll over onto your right side. Lift your head, take your right hand, so the heel of your hand is right behind your ear, and you can keep your head in line with your shoulders. Flex your feet like you're standing up. Now bend your left knee and reach back there for your left ankle. Push the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Feel the balancing that's going on here, but feel that nice stretch in the front of the left thigh. Now bring your fingertips in front of you and open that leg into a fallen tree. Keep the right foot flexed like you're standing. And see if you can really open that left knee up towards the ceiling, but at the same time, stay right on the edge of the right hip. Reach down for your left big toe. And then extend the leg up long, any amount. Try to keep the hips stacked. It's easy to lean back in this for balance. So see if you can work into more of a stacked hip. And then release, come back through Superman, roll over onto the left. Same shape here, hand underneath the head. Feet are flexed like you're standing on the wall. Bend the right knee, reach back for the right ankle. Open up the right chest to really draw the shoulder blade back. And then push the knee towards the wall, towards the back of your mat, I guess I should say, and then press the hand into the foot and the foot into the hand, and let the sensation of the stretch in the quadricep muscle on the right, the front of the thigh, guide this. So see if you can deepen this. And then slide into a fallen tree. Again, trying to stack the hips and then open that right knee. Bring the ears over the shoulders. Breathing. And then reaching down for your big toe. Extending the leg up long. And then once again, trying to stack those hips. Not leaning back. Subtle movements, but it adds a lot of challenge to the pose. And release. And find plank. And come right up into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg back and up. Bend the knee, come forward. Bring your right knee to your right armpit and then slide it down towards your right ankle or your right wrist. Then slide your right ankle up towards your left wrist. So you're bringing your shin more towards parallel to the front edge of the mat. Now when I say that, I'm not nearly close to parallel. But some people can bring their foot and their shin right there. But see if you can open it a little more than when we were in our deer pose. And don't force it. And then kind of wiggle your way into this pigeon. Now tuck the toes of the left foot, lift the knee, and then land so you're a little above the kneecap. Bend the left knee. Scissor the thighs towards each other. Feel that engagement. You may really be lifted off of the mat here. Now stay on the left hand, but swing the right hand back there for the left ankle. And then try to square your shoulders. And then float that chin down. And maybe you walk forward into a sleepy pigeon. Keep the hips engaged. Don't just lay in the hip socket. The ligaments don't rebound. Muscles do. Ligaments and tendons don't, especially ligaments. And if you end up with loose ligaments, you're not very supported in the joints. And then tuck the toes once again of the left foot. Bring the hands underneath you. Step back in down dog. Pause just for a breath or two and feel the difference between left and right hips. And then swing left leg back and up. Bend the knee, ripple forward, three-legged plank. Lift that left knee up into the left armpit, then slide it down, and as you're sliding it down, swing your left ankle towards your right wrist. And slide back. Wiggle into your pigeon. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the knee, and then lengthen a bit so you land a bit above the kneecap. That really helps when you bend the knee. Now bend the right knee. Maybe that's where you stay. Engage the hips like you're trying to scissor the thighs together. Swing your left arm back there, find your ankle, and then square the shoulders. Breathe. And float that chin down, and then fall forward into a sleeping pigeon. Now just come to a seated position. I'm going to shift around here. And then right onto your back. So I want to show you one more version of pigeon. Plant the feet, ankles under knees. Bring your arms out here to the sides, somewhere where they're comfortable. And drop your right knee out like the page of a book. And then come to a number 4 here. So this is much like we were doing when we were standing. Now lift your legs and reach behind your thigh, extend the leg up long. Now I want you to float the right foot or the left foot down and cradle your right shin like we did when we were standing. So you can keep the leg here or extend the right leg, left leg out long. God, I'm having trouble mirroring today. So I'm just doing a pigeon on my back. Keeping this foot flexed and keeping this knee open. And then release. And we'll take the second side, left ankle over right thigh. Lift the legs, fingers behind the thigh, reach up. Now float the right foot down as you cradle. And if you have the space, you can wrap your arms. I can do that if I stay up, but I don't have the flexibility in the hip to come down onto my back. So I just take my ankle and my knee, keep the foot flexed, keep pushing this knee away. That protects the knee. And then release. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. Windshield wiper side to side. And then settle into Shavasana. Any last minute movements that might feel good are just fine. Let the exhale wash away the practice. Let it go. Inhale and exhale. Roll your head here from ear to ear, nice and slow, maybe even a sense that your brain's rolling around in there. And start to open your eyes. And take a good morning stretch. We've not done that today. And drawing the knees to the chest, maybe a few more circles through those hips. They should feel nice and open. I'm going to rock up to a seat. Find your way up to a seated position. So the sun's up, but it looks a little gloomy. Maybe we'll get some sunshine later. Let's reach up together. Grab what you need. Exhale what you don't. Hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I'll be at OC 7 a.m. for a class. If you can join me then, I would love it. See you next time you're available. Have a good week.